tricky. If anyone can do it, though, as long as Simple keeps up this level of play. He's at 20 and 12. Next on the other side is now caught up with that ace in the pistol round, 20 and 8 for him. And tabseN still performing well. Who else is going to step up around Simple from this Na'Vi side once the guns get back out? That will be the question. Top mid going to be attempted to be taken by Big, but for the moment, they're just going to force back the defense. And Na'Vi trying to play that disciplined style of keeping the smokes in your hands as long as possible, funnel Big away from a bomb site, and Flamey almost gets caught. He's got to be careful. Smooth keeps the wide angle as well.
I'd put my money on Edward to save this team now. I mean, Simple continuing on, but I feel like Edward usually is pretty good on this map.
Okay.
Maybe Electronic that pit, if he's going to have that position a bit more later on, that could be pivotal as well. He's usually quite good there. Smoke and Simple is going to fall back. 45 seconds now on the clock, so they have time to be able to still find a way through. Smooya, that's a nice position to be in. Does get 2 kills before he gives up the AK-47. 35 seconds, nobody holding B right now, so if they fell back, that'd be great, but if they go down for it here, they're going to run into Simple. He almost gets that kill mid-air. Flamey to follow it up, Simple with a headshot, and Big. Did they just throw away a big chance here to make this work? Tizian, yeah, he's in trouble too. 20 seconds, Simple in a 1 versus 2, and they're going to run for it. If they keep going, they can make it to B. It takes about 20 seconds, no, sorry, put out 15 seconds to make the run.
This is a perfect play from tabseN, though. He actually stopped at the corner on Rap side and just ensured that Simple couldn't rotate and cheat. And actually, can they still get it? I think he just has it. This is going to be so... Oof. Oh, that sounds so unfortunate. You get so scared. Smooya did have that good play, but gave up the AK-47 to Simple. And you can see just that little bit given over to him. And he almost changes the tides of that round.
Yeah,
it's tabseN posting up in that corner, because you could see Simple wanted to just call the gamble. He just wanted to sprint over to the B bomb site. Once tabseN has it, he can pass all the information to his teammate with the bomb running the gauntlet, and he's just like, yeah, he's not coming, you're fine, just keep going, ensure his safety. 10-9 in the favor of Big.
They almost messed that up. So that, I mean, that should be a strong reminder, shouldn't it? That's the kind of thing that should, where the whole big team should, you know, just take them in and think, you know what, let's not give this one away because...
Let's not get too crazy.
Yeah. If Simple wins that one, I mean, I think the game looks a lot different. They've got money to buy, though, on the Na'Vi side. AWP there on Simple, lacking maybe some grenades, but otherwise, this is the kind of round where, yeah, I would expect...
Lacking kits as well.
Yeah, that's true. I would expect Electronic, you know, to anchor the pit here and then just trust in the rest. God, Beacon to win the fight. That's 3 people that Na'Vi have allocated to taking that banana control, and they lose one with... I guess some return damage, but Zeus, wow.
For the first buy round in quite some time at Na'Vi, or the best buy you've had in probably this whole half. They've just kind of given up 2 players to aggression and banana, to that you know, roll of the dice in terms of utility. Flamey's down, Zeus doesn't have the HP, and I think Zeus is even just calling it out right now. Everyone rotate to A, gamble stack. If they come here, cool. If not, we have to save this for the next one. We can't let Big have such a huge economic advantage.
A lot of shuffling about. Zeus, I don't know why he's got...
He wanted the op, so with a low HP, he can just take a shot and fall away. But oh, he's got a win there. Huge. tabseN doesn't land the shot. But now that he's smoked off, if Big keeps going with this, there's nothing he can do except get lucky.
Yeah, he's certainly trying. Backup is coming there. I mean, I think this is more in case he does get lucky, you know. Shot not connecting once. Copy on the other side, and very hard for Zeus. He can't really see even where the angle is because the smoke is so close to him. Simple boosted up on top. Zeus is going to be out of it, and I think the weapon model there blocking Simple's view a tiny bit. Goppy with 3 kills before he goes down. I think he's going to be fine with that. Looking like an 11th round here for the big team. I'm getting really worried for Na'Vi now.
Oh yeah, this is the nightmare scenario. And I mean, it's easier with the hindsight, obviously, but I think that kind of call... The call to have done the gamble stack, I think that would have been the smarter option because Na'Vi's going to be in some economic issues. Probably half buy. They have the full losing bonus, I believe, will be built up after this round loss comes in, but it's not looking pretty. They need to get on the board immediately, and they need everyone from top to bottom to start delivering. You can't be losing 2 players essentially right at the start the way they just did in that previous round. Or the 1 player and the low HP on the other. So Big is about to perhaps get their first series win over Na'Vi.
What a relief for them. I mean, we've seen that in the past. If you keep on losing to a specific team for a long enough period of time, it almost becomes kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy until you finally break that momentum. And then, you know, usually you could do it a couple of more times and you sort of feel like you've got it all worked out. But before you break through that wall, it can be tricky. They've saved the AWP. That was a good job on Electronic. He survived with 8 health from the bomb blast. And so at least they have that working for them. But honestly, this is a great-looking team on the big side. They're looking confident, well-drilled, even though they've been in a couple of frustrating situations and they sort of managed to just make it right back anyway. Think about Smooya's beginning to the game, and he's just clocking in anyway, making it work.
And this is, I mean, we talked about maybe it would be difficult against Na'Vi to rack up the necessary amount of T-side rounds. Well, doing a great job. Already up to 5 in a row. That's exactly how Na'Vi started their first half. Edward blind. Simple gonna take some nade damage. Big win for Edward. They needed that. They needed a good start. And Gabi wasn't prepared for the peak.
Some suppressing fire. Tabson, the timing is just very good indeed. Simple gonna revenge the kill, taking him down, so there was at least that working for them, but 3 versus 4. Next almost got caught with the wrong gun out now. Smooya goes down at the same time. The round will go in favor of Na'Vi pretty solidly there. They even upgrade to a couple of AK-47s in the mix of all of that.
And they've got some money behind him now. That was big, just throwing a lot of bodies. I mean, so a few pop flashes from far back, but everyone just wanted to chase down those defenders of the B bomb site. Simple with the op just kind of eats that alive. 4 players survive for Na'Vi, feeling much, much more comfortable.
Could go the whole distance here. I mean, it is Inferno after all. We're used to some close games on this particular map. This time they're pushing 3 towards middle. I'm wondering if, no, they were not going to follow up. I thought maybe they would try and actually push down and be aggressive.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, I mean, that's insanity by itself. Tabson loses half his HP. There goes Smooya down to 6. This is going to be, oh, it's not easy for Zeus. He had such a great fight. Flaming Electronic to hold. Electronic pinned down in Graveyard. And they're going to come through these smokes big. They're not going to slow this down whatsoever.
That's a shocking battle to be losing. Electronic takes one right to the face. And that leaves Flamey in the pit. Oh, a bit of a flank. Tabson. Oh, he wanted to do it again. He's going to get caught. That's some heads-up play from Simple. Edward eventually dies after getting a kill, but stopping the bomb. Down in the pit is Flamey with that trusty FAMAS. And now it's all on Next. He's got all the time in the world, but he's in a very rough position. And Simple had just snuck up behind him. Another round 1 from Na'Vi.
Tabson heard the AK bullets being fired, and he started running because he wanted to save his teammate, wanted to get that free kill in the back, not realizing that both players were in Library. And Simple hears the footsteps, turns with the op. That was so close to just being a complete wipeout in the favor of Big. Again, Simple with that quick reaction saves the day. 26 and 14 now on him. He's in hard carry mode. And Big back to the pistols.
Well, I mean, we've all seen Simple do that many times, so I believe it could be true. I think Gabi took a step forward into the grenade.
Nice catch.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
A couple nice catches there.
Taking it for the team.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know what the team gets out of that one.
They don't get any of the shrapnel, do they?
Yeah, that's a good point.
He's got all the shrapnel.
He's took it all.
Well, that was easy. No armor, anything. So 12 to 11. This game keeps swinging back and forth. Every time I feel like
it is. It's a really cool back and forth affair.
What's that? 26 kills on Simple.
Yes. It's having quite a game.
Shown up to put in the work today.
He's clocked in. Yeah. Showed up to the office.
He's got that time card stamped.
Getting all his TPS reports taken care of.
Yeah, that was one of the worst things for me about working in IT is having to, like, you know, report hours and write it all down. So how much time did you spend trying to change the font in some area of a website? I just hated all that stuff.
Yeah. You know, the actual work. The work portion of your job.
Yeah, what I got paid to do most. I didn't like it.
Didn't like it whatsoever.
Money is now back with the Big, and timeout has been worn off at this point in time. We'll see. I feel like they've usually. Oh
no! Don't do that.
Edward's already struggling. Just no need for that. That's 4 people pushing B on CT side. Obviously expecting something, whereas Big, if they execute now on this side, it's just electronic here. Again, Tabson, this time at least he wasn't running through fire, but he's so quick. This is kind of what he was doing early on in that first half on Dust 2, when he was just being aggressive all of the time, and he almost beats the timing. But this time, Zeus is going to win it.
He had the read of the situation perfectly, just as you said. Couldn't get the angle quick enough. Swings and he's pre-aiming and it's just not there. Tizian's already in the bomb site though, and Flamey's going to find that. And not a very well-coordinated hit from Big. It seemed like they were all just trying to catch someone unawares from their aggressive stances, and this is kind of what it looks like when that idea fails. Smooya gets into a spray battle with Electronic at range, and Na'Vi is retaking control of this game, and Big, just a great start to this half, and it's just fallen a little bit flat here. The reason why Na'Vi is putting 4 players in Banana early is because the 2 players who are going to rotate back to A use their utility to get control,
Yes.
and then the 2 defenders who stick around still have their smokes and their Molotovs to run the clock down, which just goes to show you Na'Vi would prefer teams to hit that A bomb site during that tactic.
Yeah. It's not a bad idea at all. It's really rare that someone is going to be rushing top mid with the full team, right? As a response to that. Like, they won't even know what's happening, so they would have to call that shot blind, essentially. Oh, the Tech 9. He actually catches him. Tabson is an absolute madman, taking down 2 people. He's just rushing everywhere, and they can't stop him.
When I said I was happy to have the Tech 9 back, I was mostly joking.
Yeah.
Mostly joking.
I like it, Moses. You know, it's a blast from the past.
I don't know what you do here if you're Na'Vi. I think you have to save, because I think Flamey's going to go down there. Yeah, simple and electronic. You just have to give it up. Great round from Tapson, and he's done that insanity like 3 or 4 times now, just sprinting to a location on the map. And Na'Vi's not challenging him.
Team damage.
Cheeky.
Yeah, I wonder if I'd love to see that from a third-person view at some point, just because I wonder if are there really clever flashbangs that we're not seeing to help him out, or is he just?
I think there was one really nice one there. It seemed like the first kill he got was blind, and I think the second guy didn't notice how close he was.
Yeah.
To turn in that corner.
All we need now is more wooing out of Tabson.
Out of Tabson.
That war cry.
Whatever that is. Peacocking, I think some people call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, he's completely blind. Hand over the eyes. That's a great flashbang. It's Zeus who just, maybe because he was blind, didn't have the hearing to notice the footsteps or know where the shots were coming from, but just didn't realize he was that close to turning the corner, else he would have stood and fight. What is a beard ratio and a handsome rating? Really missing some stats on God B, I guess. Reaching into the barrel.
Yeah, I don't know. He does have a great beard. Oh. Sipple almost burning alive. I was going to say, I'm sort of attached to mine, Moses, but it might end up disappearing during
one can only hope.
Our Movember push. Edward, behind the sandbags, feeling lonely, and he's going to go down to Tabs and Na'Vi again. They felt like they had it in the bag. They had the economy. They had consecutive rounds. They had it all going on. They had Simple clutching left and right, and now they could be in a lot of trouble once again.
Yeah, if their money gets taken away at this stage in the game, Big Hit gets a huge advantage. And it just seems interesting with the amount of bodies they put at this B bomb site to start these rounds throughout this half, the fact they haven't been able to really get great control. And even with Edward going down, Sipple's the one who sticks around. He's already burned down to 17 health. So Flamey has to come back, take up his position as the sole anchor. Everyone rotating over towards the B bomb site. They're really feeling like Big is going to try and exploit this. Unfortunately, it's not the case.
No, so they boost, even going through construction there. I mean, yeah, they've got it all riding on this.
This is fine, though, because Na'Vi, as long as they actually play the game where they just stay in the B bomb site, they have the money for another buy. Simple can obviously drop a weapon. You just don't lose these guns. Zeus should just be bailing out at this point. Gonna go for the fight. He gets 2. That's not bad, but still, they're just so far away to rotate over that it doesn't matter how many kills Zeus gets.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, if you could have been closer. Maybe you could have spent some time outside of the bomb site looking for another kill, and you could have got that and maybe tried for the retake. But they are a little bit slow, Big. I think they were worried about someone hiding on the site itself and getting a kill in the last second. Now it's just about saving what they have. That's going to tie up the scoreline at 13-13. Electronic sneaking back here. No chance for any cheeky ninja diffusers, unlike yesterday, Moses.
That was wild, wasn't it?
was he doing Sipnix? I mean, what's the matter with him? Why is...
I mean, they were up so far. That was like the one thing that brought the excitement. Like they were just had such a big win that it's almost like, yeah, let's just do it. You know, we have 12 rounds to play with.
He basically calculated the path. He knew the average movement speed. He knew the time diffusal. Just a little machine, isn't he?
I would just like to know. I would like to hear the communication of North at that point.
Yeah.
Someone saw him in mini, you know, when he jumped into vent. You'd think they would have been like, oh, he could be going for it. Maybe just everyone was just too far gone.
Yeah.
It's that classic group think where it's like, someone else will take care of it. Someone else will get it.
Yeah.
13-13, all tied up here at IEM Chicago, this opening best of 3 of the day. Na'Vi and Big both facing elimination, but obviously Big with a 1-0 lead in this series. A little bit closer to sending Na'Vi home.
26 kills on Simple. I mean, if they exit the tournament now, he's probably going to feel, at least in this map, like, man, I mean, what else can I do?
Why y'all ain't help me?
Yeah. Which I think is a feeling that he's had before in his career so far.
Oh, absolutely.
How much can be put on one man? But between Nex and Tabson, they've got 50 kills if you combine those two. That's not bad at all either. Yeah,
the problem is, as you mentioned with Simple, he's the only positive player on his team. Electronic is 16-16, but everyone else is a negative ratio. Here we go.
I was gambling on Edward to come back alive.
How's that going for you?
It's not really gone that well.
Not too well?
He's got like 3 kills since I said that. And
that's right. You have MIVR winning the whole event, so just ride or die on that one.
I do have that, Moses, and I don't regret it. Still feel very confident in that. Almost took down FaZe yesterday. Oh, no. But he makes it back, I suppose. That's good news.
That's fair play as well. Like, you could see he wanted to swing wider, but he knows there's a possibility along the wall. Went for the wall shot just to be safe, preserving his own life.
Smoke plant, smoke plant.
This time Na'Vi doesn't take any punishment at Banana, although it is still only Zeus defending from the CT spawn choke point. Flamey's got to put that out. They know his location. Smee is zoned in on it. Waiting for a peek, waiting for the jump back, trying to hit the shot. All the meanwhile, Big ready to attack the B bomb site at a moment's notice.
Zeus is alone here. I mean, there are 2 people in Archway that can maybe get there, but he has to basically make this work. It's a very good kill early on. The Molotov down in front. He's going to push on through and might easily catch a player. Edward going to be there. I think that might have actually, no, that wasn't quite team damage, but Zeus is gone still. It's a pretty good hold for the minute now. 3 versus 4 and 40 seconds left. And Na'Vi, they need back in this game right now. They need to push us onto that 3rd map on overpass, or this is going to be a sad exit of the tournament. Flamey goes down. They trade at the end here, and now in the afterplant, Tabson and Tizian, can they hold on? Tabson's been an incredibly exciting player, and he's not going to make it work this time. Edward will take him down. Tizian very much boxed in, gets 1 headshot, and now Simple's in, coming in from the other side. The smoke is right there. He's got no clue how to make it through. Tizian has got the quad kill. He needs the ace, and he's going to get the headshot as well. 1 more ace for Big. They got it earlier in the pistol, and now, well, it's even better. 14-13.
How does Simple even read that play? The follow-up to push through the smoke by the terrorist defending the bomb. Misses the no-scope, unfortunately. What a battle for Big, and what a great round from Tizian. A post-plant where they're a man down, and Simple shakes his head. Can't believe it. This is, they're about to get stunned here in Chicago.
I can't have Simple on camera like that. It makes me very sad. 14-13, 2 rounds away from knocking Na'Vi out of the tournament. What a story that would be. Starts off with a really good grenade here against Flamey, down to 44. And then retreating back into the bomb side. He unscopes just at the wrong time. And Tabson's, he's just scoped in. Well, he's not scoped in, but he's just trained at an angle. Smoke on a block off one side. Edward, a little bit of a counter, but the flashbang again is so good. The setup for Tabson every single time. He just wants to keep going. He's so aggressive.
I think Na'Vi needs to back out of this. 3 on 5. Yeah. Simple. I mean, Electronic's at least going to get this 1 kill, upgrade to an AK-47, but you need all these weapons. There goes Zeus. And they have to bail out. They have an AWP they can drop over. Electronic, he's not going to get around the corner. Smooya catches him, and it's relentless now from Big. They've had so much success at the B bomb site. The defense there has just been shut down time after time. Flamey hears these footsteps, and Smooya's ready for it. Pistol out, no problem. 15-13, and there's no money left in the bank for Na'Vi. They're going to have to scrap together whatever they can And from lifting a trophy last week to potentially being knocked out here.
Fighting for overtime to keep their tournament hopes alive here. That's not what you were maybe expecting. It's been maybe even years since I've seen someone play as aggressively as Tabson is right now. Like, there's something absurd and exhilarating about the idea of watching someone just run into bomb sites at that rate.
Well, Na'Vi really wants to win Banana at least once this half. All 5 players here. It's a wild, wild times.
These are crazy times, and
and they're not even gonna win it. So much manpower. Edward gets 1. Is he gonna get away? Spam comes through, and that's just way too much. Simple. Essentially a 1-on-3 here.
They literally could not get more people fighting on this side of the map. And Big must be confused. We've killed 3 people, and there are more fighting. Simple almost goes down to that grenade. 18 health left. This is a magnificent story for Big. I think ending up against Na'Vi in this elimination match, that must have been hard to look at when that got announced, and they have done a very good job. End up winning it 2-0 is what it looks like. It's not done yet, but 2-1-3 here. They're on the wrong side of the map, and any minute now, Big are going to realize they're going to have this bomb site for free.
There's not really a good answer for Na'Vi in this because they want those AK-47s. You have to upgrade, but there was enough pressure that made that, you know, a very slow process. So Big, the only thing that's keeping them from being into the bomb site already is just the potential of someone hiding in any random quarter. Zeus is here. They have to go for this. They have no kit, and Simple only has 18 HP.
Whoa. Oh, God, he got the flick in, and he takes down Simple 16-13. It was time to go big or go home, and they're going to continue on into the tournament. Na'Vi, though, are out, and that is shocking. Huge result here for the Big organization. Understandably very, very happy.
Remember, they only got 6 rounds in the first half. That was not an easy comeback to make going into the T side of Inferno, and they somehow make it work. All about banana control. They got it pretty much whenever they wanted, and that's fair play. Na'Vi, you can see, is a little bit crushed. Either way, we've got the boys on the desk, so Alex, take it away.
It would be my pleasure. Thank you so much. That's Moses and Anders, the voices of that game. And I have new voices to talk about exactly what happened. You can see Na'Vi are thinking exactly the same thing. Eliminated from IEM Chicago in the group stages by Big Clan. I am joined by Chad Spudge Birchall and none other than Jacob Pimp Vinicky. And I butchered it because they keep saying your name funny in the green room, Jacob, and so I pick it up.
We do it to troll him, but...
Oh, hey, Jacob Vinicky. And now I'm actually saying it like it's...
We're going to do it more and more now.
I don't care, Alex. It's good. That's good, because let's move on, because I want to talk about this game, and it is serious business. A team that has, you know, been notorious for starting slow, but I suppose, you know, victims of the format or victims of themselves. I mean, this is Na'Vi, a team that just won over in Blast.
Back-to-back ESL tournaments, though, right? New York, they went out early. Here, they go out early again. Maybe they just don't like the water here or something. I don't know.
I don't like the water. It tastes like chlorine.
It's
fluoride.
It tastes
exactly
like swimming pool.
It's fluoride. It's not chlorine.
They do put chlorine in the drinking water.
Yep, chlorine.
Yes.
Anyway, we're getting off.
Minor amounts of chlorine because it's it makes it sanitary.
Jason was making a point about how big of a comeback this was. Only getting 6 rounds in the first half. The CT side of Inferno, that's really not up to scratch for Big. But you flip on over, you have this T side, having the pistol round ace clutch coming in from next, having that double entry kill onto the B bomb site from Tabson in late stages with the Tech 9, and then the 1-on-3 from Tizian. Those are 3 huge pivot rounds in the second half, which all have led to a huge victory for Big here, and they played phenomenally individually, and that's one of the things which I didn't think they would be able to do across the board.
And I think that's the difference between the two teams. We have Tabson being the star player for Big, we have Simple for Na'Vi, you know, those go toe-to-toe, and they sort of like equal each other out, but it's the support players of the teams that actually won the game for Big. It was the Tizians. It was the next clutch, as you said, you know, whereas Flamey, Edward, Zeus, they didn't do anything in that regard. They didn't give them any, you know, pivotal rounds or won them any big clutches. So it was actually the second cast of the players, like the second strings, that made it possible for Big to win this game.
I do want to highlight, though, that I think both Zeus and Edward had above-average performances at this event, despite the departure. I mean, I've seen that like Edward has been second, if not first, on the scoreboard throughout a lot of their games, both in Blast and here. He's been having quite a nice end to 2018.
Yeah, and for Zeus, Blast was the first time he had a positive rating in an event since PGL Krakow, where he won it with Gambit, right? So that was like the first time he'd actually, with Na'Vi, been able to do that in a tournament. But speaking of that, I actually think Zeus within this series played very well, played above expectation.
Sure.
And I just want to, I really want to push this point home as much as possible so people can really understand this. Tizian only had 15 kills. He had a 1v3 clutch at a pivotal moment of the game to destroy the economy situation for Na'Vi and basically finish things off for Big and get them across the line, right?
In a 16-13 game.
Exactly, right? So sure, you could be like, well, if you contributed more in the other rounds, then maybe that wouldn't have been the case. That's not really how Counter-Strike works. You know, the kills aren't one player isn't coming to fight you every round, you know? So him having that kind of a pivot round that late in the game, huge props to him. To bottom of the scoreboard, but realistically a hero in this matchup and in this map specifically for Big.
Yeah, a lot of credit being given where it's due to Tizian and now Big. I mean, their next opponent's not going to be easy as well. Jacob, you said it in the pre-match. I'll let you say it again. They've got a tough one next.
It's going to be either Liquid or Mousesports, and I think no matter like which of those teams who go down and lose that individual matchup, it's going to be a tough one for Big. I think both teams match up, you know, great against a team like Big. Again, got B, and Big is the type of team who likes to prepare for the opponent, so they now have time to prepare for both, right? But in a sense where you don't have the individual skill, you can't expect Tepson to go up and have such a strong performance once again. You can't expect Tizian to be able to clutch against the likes of Mousesports or Liquid. So it's going to be a tough match no matter what happens for Big from this one.
Yeah, that's their next. But to focus on what we have just witnessed, we have God B standing by with Stunner. Let's hear what the leader of Big Clan is thinking after a spectacular 2-0.
And I don't know German, so we're going to leave that to the people that do, Gabi being one of those people. In fact, with the victory over Natus Vincere, quite a good morning for you guys. How were you able to run it back on Inferno?
I think we had a lot of momentum, and also like the clutch round went in our favor, but they also won clutch round. That's why it was so close. In the end, yeah, the round where Tepson just had the Tech 9 and just rushed Banana and killed both was maybe the deciding factor, and also like the other clutches we had. So it was a really close game, could have gone either way. I'm sorry that they been out yet, but it was a really close game. This time we were the lucky ones.
Yeah, knocking out Na'Vi is no simple task, one might even say. But I guess looking forward, you guys are poised to play the loser of Liquid and Mousesports. So, I mean, right there, it could be a spicy meatball, right?
Yeah, it's very hard to go into playoffs in this kind of format. There are so many good teams. You need to beat the best teams in the best of 3 to just go to the playoffs. So, yeah, either Liquid or Mouse will be really hard. I would like to play against Mousesports because it will be a really fun game to make the second revenge chance for them or something like that. It will be really fun. I think they are not as strong as Liquid at the moment, but you never know. Mousesports could also go either way and to the finals. So it's really hard. Both teams are really strong, and but I would like to play Mousesports also for the story.
And you got to watch out for that Chris J guy. Either way, congratulations and, well, commiserations to Na'Vi. They're going home. So, back to you at the desk, guys.
No, good looking out from God B as well. He's all about that story, and he does know that, of course, the ex-Mousesports player, Mr. God B, from way, way back, and as well more recently in CSGO, going up against his old org, he would like that for the spicy meatball, as Trace put it.
Yeah, it's always good to get revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, why the hell not?
I live a spiteful lifestyle, so everyone else should too.
Hashtag spiteful life. Hey, that's a pretty great little hashtag. Hashtag.
Hashtag.
Let's moving on from Chashtag to Tashtag. We want you to get involved for Movember.
Yes.
We've been doing. Yeah, you like that?
I
was proud of that one actually. You can head over to the link. We've got one that's just going to appear over there. Do be sure to check it out. Chad, you want to let them know what we're doing?
Yeah, we're basically raising awareness for Movember, which is to do with men's mental health, and previously they were doing a lot of stuff to do with prostate cancer, all that kind of stuff. We have raised £2,211 thus far. That means we've hit our second stretch goal.
Bad.
So the third stretch goal is the one that I'm the most excited about.
Okay, so the third one, Jason wears a different wig each day of the event. That is, of course, this one. If we reach it, that would be a whole lot of fun. And we're not far away from it. So without further ado, do be sure to check it out. It's nice and easy. Just bit.ly/CS_Mo. Nice and easy. Make sure it's in capitals. And with that said, we need to take a break because more best of 3 is coming. eUnited versus Fnatic up next in an upper bracket game. We'll be talking all about it and explaining how we got there after the break.